You feel like you've been walking through a storm that never ends. You've prayed until your words feel empty, cried until your eyes are sore, and you're starting to wonder if God has forgotten your name. You've done everything you know to do, but the answers still haven't come, the healing hasn't arrived, the breakthrough feels like it's getting further away instead of closer. And maybe if you're honest, there's a whisper deep inside saying, why keep believing? Why keep hoping? But I want to tell you something that may shock you. Your darkest night could secretly be the very place God is preparing your greatest dawn. Psalm 34 verse 18 says, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." You may feel crushed, but crushed is not destroyed. Joseph was crushed when his own brothers betrayed him and sold him into slavery, yet even in prison, Genesis 39:21 says, "But the Lord was with Joseph." David was crushed when the crown seemed further away than ever, hiding in caves, running for his life, but those caves became the classrooms where God taught him to lead. Even Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, was pressed so deeply by sorrow that his sweat became like drops of blood, yet that crushing became the doorway to the resurrection. Your tears are not wasted. Every time you've whispered, "God, I don't know how much more I can take," He's heard you. Every sleepless night, every heavy morning, every quiet moment when you've held back sobs so no one would hear, God has seen it all. And He hasn't just been watching, He's been working. Think about the woman with the issue of blood, 12 years of disappointment, 12 years of failed attempts, 12 years of exhaustion, but one moment in the presence of Jesus and her whole story changed. What if your one-touch moment is closer than you think? I've seen people stand in the ashes of their lives, marriages that seem dead, bank accounts empty, health slipping away, and somehow, against all odds, God breathed life back into what seemed beyond repair. Isaiah 61 verse 3 says He gives beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, a garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. You may be staring at ashes now, but ashes are not the end, they're the soil God uses to grow something new. I know what it feels like when you've prayed and nothing changed. When you've believed and the storm only got worse. But the absence of instant answers is not the absence of God. Sometimes He doesn't remove the storm, He holds you steady through it. Daniel was still thrown into the lion's den, but the lions lost their power. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were still thrown into the fire, but there was a fourth man walking with them in the flames. That's the hidden truth the enemy doesn't want you to know. The fire you're in doesn't prove God has left, it proves you're carrying something worth attacking. And yes, I know the weight feels unbearable. Yes, I know you've been disappointed. But the God who spoke galaxies into existence still knows how to speak peace over your life. Isaiah 41 verse 10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." That's not poetry, that's a promise. And the one who made it has never failed to keep a promise. So right now, even if your faith feels smaller than a mustard seed, plant it. Even if your prayer is just 3 words, "God help me," pray it. You don't have to be strong enough to fix everything, you just have to be willing to keep your hand in His. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not beyond the reach of His grace. There will come a day, not maybe, but surely, when you will look back on this valley and realize it was not empty. The same God who was with Joseph in prison, who was with David in the caves, who was with Paul in chains, is with you right now. And one day the chains will fall, the door will open, and you'll understand why God said, "Don't give up." So hold on, not because you can see the ending, but because the one writing your story has never lost, never abandoned, and never once failed His people. The night will not last forever. The morning will come. And when it does, you will see that God was with you all along, fighting for you, carrying you, and turning your sorrow into the very testimony that will set someone else free. If this word lifted you today, don't keep it to yourself, share it so someone else can find hope too. And if you want more faith-building messages like this, hit subscribe, tap like, and drop a comment below. Your voice could be the spark that keeps someone else going.